We'll let Beck in. Awesome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Baddies and Biz. My name is Krista Rialba, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. The inspiration for this series really came from me wanting to showcase brilliant women who I'm inspired by and to share their stories with you because ultimately it just takes one single thing for you to hear that's going to unleash and unlock like all of those dreams that are inside you, all that stagnant energy to say like, yes, I'm ready for more. And tonight we have Bec Sadek here, and I am so excited to introduce you guys to Bec and also to dive into maybe her story a little bit. But I have to tell you a kind of a funny story because I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've been studying and teaching social marketing for a long time. I've had a lot of people I've taught over the years, and one specific individual, an older gentleman who I was teaching for many years, I didn't realize this, but he was also learning from Beck. And when I started Amare, he was just so excited to see me learning with her too. So without further ado, let me announce and introduce you guys to Bec Sadek. Bec, are you there?
Hey Krista, I'm
Hey,
here.
how's it going?
I'm
Welcome.
I'm so good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm just coming out of the Eras tour, so I'm just fine and dandy.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, girl, I was celebrating with you. I was like, they made it.
Biggest accomplishment. I can retire now. No, I'm really pumped about being able to buy those tickets with less stress next time.
Seriously, right?
That's my big money motivation. So a little bit about this series, Beck. We've had on Chelsea, we've had Ainsley, we've had Meg on, and now we get to have you on and learn a little bit more about you and your story. And then afterwards, all of our guests can stay on and learn a little bit about our platform, our business, and the incredible training that we have because of you and Ainsley and our team. So, how you doing tonight, Beck?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here with you. Your energy is always contagious, Krista.
Oh,
So
thank you.
great way to end my day.
Oh, awesome. Well, I have to say, when I first started working with Amari, it was like the coolest, like most freeing and also like humbling experience because I was like, I'm actually learning from people, right? And you've taught me so much in terms of attraction marketing. I think you're just such like a queen and a boss at this. How did you learn what you've learned about attraction marketing? Like, how did you, sharpen your axe in that area?
Yeah, so I've been in the like direct selling network marketing space for 14 years. And my first 7 years in the industry, I built my business not really on social media. It wasn't really like it was a thing, but it wasn't like a thing like it is now 14 years ago. So I was doing a lot of like crazy things. I even went door to door, Krista. Isn't that crazy? I went door to door. I did. The
Whatever
good
it
old
takes.
days. The good old days. So I had built a business to a certain point by doing kind of more in-person events and kind of what you might call old school strategies. And I started scrolling on social media one day, just like searching for how do I do this from home? Like this is a home-based business, right? Like how do I actually do this from home? And I started seeing all these people that were using something called attraction marketing. And I was like, that sounds like exactly what I need, right? So I ended up, going down 100 people's funnels. Have you guys ever done that? Where you're like entering your email
Oh,
address in on
no.
various things, right? I probably bought like a few $27 things here and there. And I ended up finding this one person who like I just literally, I think stayed up till 4 a.m. consuming their content. And I was like, this is what I need. This is what I need to do. So about 8 years ago, I just like invested my time, some money, my efforts into really learning like how do you attract people to you on social media, right? Versus like sending weird messages to people or posting things on social media that weren't bringing people to me. So that's how I kind of got into that world. And once I started learning, I like couldn't get enough. I was like, this is it, right? Like this is how I want to build a business. So that's how I got into it.
That's awesome. Now we're staying up late consuming your content.
I love it. Thank you.
Um, so what my team loves and appreciates about you so much, I mean, there's probably so much more than I'm about to say, but how you've really taken the guesswork out of it. Because I mean, when you're starting a direct selling network marketing business, there's a lot of kind of trying to stumble and figure it out. And you've really taken the guesswork out of that and given us like a turnkey plan and program. Like, how did that come to be when you put that together for us?
Yeah, so when I started learning all these things and then I would like start implementing them and I would get a result, I was like, this is amazing, right? Like how cool to be able to like put something up on social media and like have somebody raise their hand and say like, can I learn more about this? That's the dream in network marketing,
Yes.
right? So when I came to Amare 7 years ago, I was like, all right, fresh start, right? I'm going to build this business 100% using attraction marketing strategies, and I'm going to build a system for my team. And back then, the system literally looked like I would go and implement something, I would get a result, and then I would like get on a live video on my team Facebook group and teach it. So that's how it kind of like started. It wasn't anything fancy. Like there was no automation, there was no bells and whistles. It was just like, here's how you do what I just did. Um, and then over time, as more people started joining me and we're doing these things, it wasn't just me anymore. It was like, it would be somebody else that would go and try something and get a result. So over the course of like the first year I was in Amari, we just started putting an actual system together, right? So like an automated system that takes the guesswork out of things for people. I think a lot of people out there are teaching attraction marketing, but very few have actually made it work inside of a network marketing business in a super streamlined, duplicatable way. So that was my goal. Like I was like, this is totally doable, and this is going to be a game changer for
Yeah.
people. Because like you said, if you can take the guesswork out for people, and you can just give them exactly what to tackle on a daily basis, like it's simple, right? Nothing's easy. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy, right? There's always challenges. But to take the guesswork out, like you said, and just make it simple for people, like here's what you do today. I think that that's a game changer for people.
Yeah. You guys, I just have to highlight what Beck just said because there's a lot of coaches out there, like you said, who are getting paid to coach, but are
Mhm.
not actually in the trenches first doing it in their actual business, making sure it works and then bringing that to life. Like that's incredible. That's so great. Okay, so you came to Amari and you're like, "Okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing this just with attraction marketing." How long have you been in network marketing for?
So 14 years in network marketing, and it'll be 7 years at Amari in February.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I couldn't quite find an accurate number of how large your organization is because
Okay.
I feel like the number that I found was huge, but it was still outdated. Do you have that number off the top of your head?
Yeah, it's about 160,000.
Come on, through attraction marketing.
Yeah. But the
No like
great thing is
newspaper
though is that
presentations,
what?
no newspaper presentations or flipboards.
Not this time around. No, we retired those.
Good.
But the great thing about attraction marketing, right, is that it duplicates. So that 160,000 is not just a reflection of me, right? It's a reflection of you too, and all these other amazing people that have joined along the way and have also embraced these types of strategies.
It's fantastic. So how did you find Amare?
So I had a friend who I knew through the industry, and I saw her share something on social media actually about the mental wellness company. And I remember at first being like, that's weird, right? Because this was back in 2018, you guys, right? Like it was prior to the pandemic. So people were not talking about mental wellness the same way that they are today. Um, but I just kind of like took note of it. I was like, okay, that's weird, interesting, right? And then I got to a place with my prior company where I was actually starting to look for something new. I wasn't there yet when I first started. When I first saw it, I mean, and I got to a place where I was like, I think it's time for something new. And I started to kind of research and look around a little bit. And at the time, this was back in 2018, and I don't think it's changed very much today. But when you looked around the options, right, the options of opportunities, it was a lot of the same stuff, right? It was a lot of like selling weight loss shakes or skincare, or essential oils were really big then. They're still big, but I think that was like the boom of essential oils, right? And or like jewelry. And I remember I was learning all this attraction marketing stuff. And one of the things I was learning is you need to have a unique message, right? Like if you want to stand out on social media, you need to have a unique message. And my mind went back to that post I had seen from my friend about mental wellness. And I was like, you know what? I don't really get it, to be honest, but I'm going to give her a call because I want to just understand. And we got on the phone and we literally talked for like 3 hours. Like I just like could not believe the things she was telling me. Because while mental wellness was still a concept I was like trying to understand, um, the science behind it, the gut brain axis, like I'd been hearing about that for years because I'm big on natural approaches to health, right? Like I go to naturopaths and functional medicine doctors, and they've been talking about the gut brain axis for like a decade. And I was like, this, like, it hit me. I was like, this is the future. I was like, this is the future. It's something unique. It's not what everyone else is doing. I was like, with everything I'm learning in this attraction marketing course I'm taking, I can blow this thing up.
Mm.
So that's how I found Amari. And it took me a little bit to kind of wrap my head around it. It's not like now where people are like, yes, mental wellness,
Yeah,
please,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But once I wrapped my head around it, I really saw the opportunity.
That's awesome. So, what does mental wellness mean for you? Like in terms of for you personally, but also in terms of why and how the world needs it. Like, I don't know much about how it resonates with you.
Yeah, I love that. So I think that, most of us grew up learning about physical wellness,
Yeah.
right? Like, you should like probably maybe go for a run or like eat some broccoli and take a multivitamin, right? But most of us don't like, I think hopefully our kids will, right? But like most of us didn't grow up being taught about mental wellness, right? Like ways to manage stress. Um, and it's something that I've always struggled with is stress and anxiety. And as I've gotten older and had kids myself, right? Like over the years, I've started to adopt different things to work on my own mental health, to help lower anxiety, to help lower stress. So what mental wellness really means to me is like having strategies and modalities to take care of yourself, not just physically, but also on a mental level. Because one of the things that we're learning more and more right now is that like so much of these physical diseases that we know are big problems, they're actually caused by stress. And I can feel it like when I'm stressed out, like it affects my entire life. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it literally affects my entire life. My back starts to go out, right? Like I start to be short with my family. I'm irritable. My stomach starts to hurt, right? Like I've always actually had stomach pain my whole life too. And we're never taught if your stomach hurts, maybe it's anxiety because there's a connection there, right? So once I started to like really connect those dots, it for me over the past 7 years, I think it has transformed me as a person. Because I it's no longer about like crash diets, right? Or like, like working out to the point where like you're inflamed, right? Like that's the stuff that I used to do. And now I'm all about like I take a 3 to 4 mile walk every day with my dog. Like I, eat food that like feels good and nourishes me. Like it's really changed my outlook on how I treat my body.
Oh my gosh, that's it, right? I see you as such a mentally strong person. Like, I'm just like, nothing phases Beck
Oh
ever.
no. I'm crazy. Don't worry. We're all crazy.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I feel that though. I'm only, a year in, as many people who are here, maybe about a yearish into trying Happy Juice or other products. But it's the resilience that's being built is really it's tangible in our lives. So awesome. Okay, so I have two more things left before we let you go. So leadership. This whole series is called Baddies in Biz. Now, in order to be a baddie, you need to be a serious leader. And I've been thinking a lot about this lately, even just in the last few days. Um, so I've been thinking about this in my own journey and also how I'm supporting the team and different styles of leadership and different things that are coming up. And what's really come to light for me is that, and I want to know your take on this, is leadership doesn't react to lack. Like we can't have a, yeah, it's almost like if you're a leader, whether in a corporate environment or in business environment, if our team is like not doing what they're supposed to, that's not where we're going. We decide where we're going.
Hmm.
And then we inspire the team to come with us or what are your thoughts on what does this mean to lead? Like how can we really paint a picture here?
Yeah, I love that. I think leadership is a responsibility. So it's not a title, right? It's not something that you like earn a title and now you're a leader, right? Like we all know leaders who are not leaders, right? So I look at leadership as a responsibility. Like when somebody decides that they're going to trust me, right? Like I believe when somebody joins my team, they're putting their trust in me. Right. So I always lead from a place of this is a responsibility. I have a responsibility to people. So my feelings don't dictate my actions. Right. So I have very specific things that I do on a daily, weekly basis to lead. And they're non-negotiables for me. Right. Like I think one of the things that I've always promised myself is like, I'm going to show up, right? It doesn't matter if numbers are up or down. It doesn't matter if somebody just returned something. Like none of that matters. It's like I'm going to show up for the people that put their trust in me because that's my responsibility. So when I think about leadership, I think about it that way, and I really do take it very seriously, because people could be spending their days doing anything they want. They could be working anywhere they want. They could be joining any opportunity that they want, right? So if they choose to join you and give you their trust, then it's a responsibility to show up for them. So I don't base it on what's going on in my back office. I don't base it on what emotions are going on. It's just like, no, I'll like if you join me, I will show up for you.
I love that. Okay, I was doing a little bit of research on little
Oh,
Google, Bec Sadek Google,
all
and
right.
now there is someone who I absolutely love learning from named Simon Sinek,
Yeah.
similar last name, and you quoted him, his favorite quote, "Let us all be the leaders we wish we had."
Yes.
Why do you love that so much?
Have any of you guys ever had a leader that let you down? I've learned my biggest lessons from those people. Sometimes when people say to me, "Oh, I would like I wish I didn't have this leadership or whatever it is," and I'm like, "You're learning more by bad leadership than you're ever going to learn by good leadership." And that's the honest truth. So I've learned some of my biggest lessons from when I felt let down by people, right? Or I felt betrayed by people in leadership or hurt or whatever it might be. And you kind of start to build this bank of like, here are my non-negotiables, right? Like here's my code of ethics as a leader, because that was unethical to me, whatever it is, right? So I think that when I get to show up as a leader, right? Because that's a responsibility. To me, it's like I'm going to show up in the way that I know is the type of leadership I would have liked to have from the beginning, right? Or the type of leadership I would have liked to have in this scenario or this scenario. So that's why I love that quote.
Oh, so good. Okay. Any last final words to leave everyone with? We have a collection here of new brand partners, people who've been with us for a year-ish. We have brand new guests, first time on anything we're doing. Anything you want to share with them before we go to the overview?
I love it. Well, I would just say that if you're a brand new guest, you're super lucky to be here. I've been a part of this Amari community, like I said, for 7 years, and I think it's such a gem. Like it's such a gem. It's so different than anything else out there that I've seen. So I'm really glad somebody invited you here, and I'm excited for you to take a deeper look.
Thank you so much, Beck. Have a great night. We appreciate you so, so much.
Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later.
Awesome. All right, that was fantastic. Hopefully, you guys took a couple notes. I could have kept her on here for hours, but I stayed true to the 15-ish minutes. Okay, fantastic. So now what we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to go through just an overview of what Amare is in case that's the first time that you're hearing this. Also, you might be re-listening to the recording of this overview. And if so, I'm going to go through what Amare is in a really simple way, right? Because ultimately, if this speaks to you, just come on board, you guys. Just honestly, you're going to learn as you go. But if you are someone who is really detail oriented, we have all the extra details too. So just let the person who invited you know what more you're looking for. If you want more of a deep dive into the comp plan or like product questions. But we'll actually just start by making a happy juice, shall we? Since we've already mentioned that a few times. Got my water. Okay. So I've already had my mentobiotics today, but Happy Juice is a two-parter in the most simple form. There's a few different versions of it, but I love the simplified version. You can get mango, grape, or watermelon. Okay. This is your edge, which is your nootropic. You're going to have benefits from this right away. Your motivation, your metabolism, your mood, so many different aspects and taste delicious. And then this is for the gut-brain axis to really get that healing going and to tackle inflammation in your body, your overall mental wellness, healing that gut brain axis so it can communicate and do its job. But I've already had this guy today, so I'm just going to have an extra edge, which you can have more edge a day. Now, this one does have caffeine in it, so some of you guys are looking at me like, Krista, it is 8:30 and you are popping caffeine. Well, that's fine. I have lots of work to do tonight. So there we go. Lion's mane. It's a beautiful nootropic. And a little bit about my journey. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I absolutely came here for the mental wellness piece. And I cannot believe that a year later, I am here like my old self, but possibly even, no, I will say absolutely better because I feel stronger and more resilient and more connected to who I am, my truth, and also a deeper connection to myself in terms of really caring for myself on a deeper level. So this is Amare Global, the mental wellness company. You just learned from Bec Sadek, who we are so lucky on our team to have access to her trainings every Tuesday, along with her turnkey launch program, text to your phone, to get you started in the most simple way ever possible. Like, so fantastic. All right, here we go. So Amare has some incredible core values. And I just ask that as you're listening to this, does it speak to you? Because if it speaks to you, I'd like that emotional level where you're like, yes, I can vibe with this. Then you owe it to yourself to look deeper, okay? Because that's really what I ask whoever's looking at this to do. I'm like, just take a quick peek. And if you feel like this is something you want to be a part of, even like you're curious, we'll dive a little deeper. Okay. So the mission is to create a create a holistic mental wellness platform of products, programs, and people. And the vision is to lead the global mental wellness revolution. Because whether you're a male or female, young, old, this mental wellness is for everyone. And just as Bec was just sharing, we were taught, to take care of our physical health, but mental wellness really is it's really king. It's going to really take over our whole life and our body if we don't have it. It's something that we need in order to live our best life and to feel our best. And without it, we don't really have much. Anyone who has gone through mental unwellness can really relate, right? Okay, so the company is 7 years old. We have less than 30,000 brand partners worldwide. We are open internationally. We're a debt-free company. All of the good stuff here, including incentives, which are very generous. And myself, I've already been able to enjoy many of them. And also their comp plan, which really empowers absolutely everyone to start earning income right out of the gates. And I'm going to come back to their Focus on Five program because it's really a game changer. So the man behind our products is Dr. Sean Talbot. And he is the most sought after in the industry for formulation. And the reason that he is because of how innovative he is and how he's willing to kind of push, push it a little bit and to find ways to combine products that are really going to work and that are different than anything else out there. If your supplements are not working, meaning you're still struggling in an aspect of your wellness, it might be time to switch them up. I've been investing in wellness products forever. Okay. I've been a health nut for a very long time. I was completely stuck with my mental health. Nothing was working. I was doing all the right things, but because I wasn't addressing that gut brain axis with the right products, it was like I couldn't hold the healing. And I thought I was taking the absolute best. Once I added this beautiful, delicious, way too simple, solution into my routine, it was like the lights went on. So his products, the products that he creates and the products that he formulates, they really work and they are award winning and they speak for themselves. Here are some of the awards. The awards, I think, pale in comparison to all of the stories that I've heard personally from women that I know, from moms with their children, with their husbands, and just how lives have completely changed. Our products are backed by science, ethically sourced, superior quality standards, award-winning, etc., right? These are trusted products and ingredients that are non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, etc., right? So this is combining the natural wisdom with modern scientific innovations to develop products that are really specific and honed in on that gut-brain axis. So Happy Juice is went viral for a reason and is so popular, and it's something that people love to talk about because it's delicious, first of all, but it works, right? So boosts mood, energy, motivation, metabolism, anti-inflammatory, decreases bloating, increases mental clarity, focus, performance. Now, you guys, I didn't come to this for any sort of physical transformation. I would have been happy with an extra 20 pounds, to be honest, if I could just feel like myself again. But once I started to feel like myself, I started to actually notice myself more in the mirror and my skin and muscle tone and some really cool changes that I had on the physical side of the benefits as well. But really was just icing on the cake because that clarity and that resilience that was developed by simply having my gut brain connection working again, that was the ultimate game changer. And I wish I could just tell you guys, and like I wish I could give a before and after that you guys could feel, because it's hard to see it, right? Because oftentimes mental unwellness you can't see, right? And for me, I hit it pretty well, I think. So in terms of the business side of things, I've been an entrepreneur forever. I've been in the direct sales industry for a very long time. And I think the inconvenient truth that a lot of established companies don't want to talk about is that timing really actually does matter. It does matter in everything. If you are into stocks or investing, you know this too, right? Timing matters in a company, and it's called the S curve. And really, you want to get in, whether you're investing or starting to work with a company, right at this mark here, right when all of that messy groundwork has already been done, right? Bec was there for some of that. But right when it's ready, everything's ready to go, and it's time to open countries, it's time to grow, it's when products are going viral and everyone wants in. This only happens once in a company, and this is when you see hyper growth, momentum, explosive growth. And that's where we're at right now with Amare. We just opened up Canada a little bit earlier this year. How many months ago was that? I don't know how many months ago, like 3, 4 months ago, but we're only getting started. The growth here, the numbers are here. We are the mental wellness company, and this conversation is happening, and these products work and are helping people feel their best, get their spark back, get their life back. And we're doing this every day. So there are ways to earn as you're sharing. People often ask, do I need to build a team? Well, it's totally optional, to be honest. But to be honest, actually, like a lot of my customers, they just upgrade to become brand partners naturally because they want to share. And also financial wellness, which is one of our values, is also really important, right? The cost of groceries, the cost of children's sports, etc., right? So the fact that we have this program called Focus on 5, and I'll really just hone in on that, This allows any one of my customers who enjoy the products to upgrade to a brand partner and say, I'm going to share it with 5 people a month and earn 640 Canadian, right? I was just having this conversation yesterday with someone who's, was stressed about her daughter's dance monthly payment. I think it was like $500 or something. I was like, holy smokes, right? I get it. I pay more than that for soccer. I was like, well, how about you love your happy juice, right? And she's like, oh my God, I don't want to go a day without it, but like money's tight. I'm like, well, why don't you share it with 5 people? She's like, I could do that. Done. Dance payments done. And then mom can treat herself to, I don't know, manicure, pedicure, whatever, right? So there's a lot of ways to earn, but this here can really gets people off the ground. And sometimes once our customers, our brand partners are deciding to share with 5 people, they're like, huh, I want more. And there's absolutely more available as well. Okay, so here's the training and support that we have. Amari has some really great resources built in. But you guys, I say this without a shred of doubt that you're not going to find a more supportive team out there. And yes, we have the moral support in the community, which is phenomenal, but also the turnkey systems and tools. So we're a part of the Wellness Collective, which is one of the teams under Bec. So we have access to all of Bec's resources and also some incredible resources from Ainsley, and the leader is a part of Wellness Collective. And if you're following the series, you already heard from Ainsley, I think last week. So back to Bec's turnkey program, she has a 30 days of content prompts texted to your phone, 20 modules of social selling training, TikTok bootcamp, et cetera, you guys. Incredible turnkey. You don't have to worry about supporting a team because it's already done for you. So, our vision at Amari is to lead the global mental wellness revolution by inspiring people to love and believe in themselves. Yes. We envision they will live an extraordinary life and make a difference for others. We are the one and the only mental wellness company. No one has what we have, experiencing explosive growth. And this is a ground floor opportunity with global expansion. We have a consumable products, which means residual income, and have products that are patented and backed by science. We offer a 3-month money back guarantee with no risk. So that is a quick look at Amare. It just gets better and better. And that's what I really found when I started to kind of like look behind the curtain. I'm like, what's can't actually have that too. It just kind of got better and better. It was like I created a wish list of everything that I would have wanted in a new company, having had 17 years of experience with another company. I was like, here are all the things I would want. Like, this is like, to Santa. Here's what I'm wishing for with the company. And it's like, ta-da, everything's all granted. It's just really incredible. Yeah, a year in, you guys, and I'm just here to say that the products work, the business works, the communities works, and it's just this community just radiates, and I'm so excited for you to learn more. So to get started, you guys, it's absolutely free to join. If you're in Canada, if you're in the US or another country, just ask the person who invited you. There's a window where we can hook you up as well. What else? We definitely try the Happy Juice and maybe a few other products. Work with the person who shared this with you to find the exact right products for you and for your family. And we're going to get you started. Sound good? Thank you guys so much for being here and for tuning in. And thanks again to Bec for sharing her wisdom. Definitely would like to like lock her in a room and like pick her brain, but I think we got some juicy bits there. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Bye, everyone.